$33 in July. How much does she owe her brother now?
0.
Why 0?
Because if you say 50 minus...
Remember, to get an A, you need to be writing these down. If you don't get an A, your grade is not going to be very good.
You say 50 minus 17, and that would leave 33 left. So then you would say 33 minus 33, which would equal 0.
You could do it like that, or you could say, you could just add up what she paid him back. If she paid him back $17 and then she paid him back $33, she did pay him back the entire $50. So that does also equal 0. She doesn't owe her brother any more money. Now, I'm going to skip the fourth one for a second. We'll come back to it. And then let's look at the last one. It says a dolphin is swimming 6 feet below sea level. What number represents 6 feet below sea level? -6. There's a dolphin. Right there. All right, it says the dolphin dives down another 6 feet. What does that mean?
-6.
-6 again. What is the depth of the dolphin after the dive?
-12.
The dolphin would be at -12. Does that equal 0?
No.
Nope. Alright, so let's go back to the one about Calvin. Now, I told y'all, I'm going to skip back so I can slide this down so you can hear me good. I told y'all a while ago that we want to get the easy ones so that we can miss the hard ones or miss the tricky ones. To me, this question about Calvin's toy airplane is kind of tricky because of the way it's worded. The first time I ever read this question, I missed it because I didn't read it the way that they obviously meant the problem. So look and tell me how you think this reads, okay? It says, Calvin's toy airplane flew up to an elevation of 168 feet and then landed back onto the flat sidewalk from where it was launched. What is the change in elevation?
0.
Well, why do you say 0?
Because if it does tend to come down, then that just cancels it out.
Okay, so Luke read it like this. He says, if I start out on the sidewalk and I go up 168 feet and then I come back down 168 feet, I haven't gone anywhere. How many of y'all agree with Luke? Okay, sounds good. I agree, I think that's right. But now here's the way I read it the first time. It says, Calvin's toy airplane flew up 168 feet and then landed back down on the sidewalk. What is the change in elevation? I read that as, what did the airplane have to do to get back down to the sidewalk? That's the way I read it. And so the way I read it, I thought the answer was -168. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Okay. According to the people that wrote this problem, Luke's answer is correct. It went up 168, it came back down 168. Did it change where it went?
No.
No. So according to, but do you see how the way I read it kind of makes sense too? Okay, so there's going to be sometimes on there where the problem's a little bit tricky or worded kind of weird, and you're going to miss it, and that's okay. But that's why we have to triple check the ones that we know 100%
So
are
do I
right.
put 168 minus 168?
That's what I would do. I would go up 168, and I would go back down 168, and that does
Equals 0.
equal 0.
Drew a picture.
If you drew a picture, that's fine too. Any questions on those 3?
Nope.
All right, number 11. Number 11, what kind of problem is this?
It's a, what was it? Distributive property.
Could you do the distributive property on this?
Yes.
What is the distributive property?
It's, the rainbows.
All right, everybody look, because this is going to come into play in a minute. Could you, if you wanted to, multiply both of those numbers by -16? You could.
But you
Now-
first had to put them in decimals if you did it.
You would need to put them in decimal forms, but you could do that if you wanted to. To me, it's easier just to do the order of operations. The order of operations says do what?
Parentheses first.
Parentheses first. Let's do parentheses. What do we need to do to those two numbers?
Make them decimals.
Make them decimals and then what? Subtract them. All right, what is 3 and 5/8 as a decimal? What is 5/8? Some of y'all are not writing. 3.625. Good. Talk to me.
And
What is 3 over 2? Talk to me.
1.5.
1.5. All right, so we've changed them to decimals. Now what do we got to do? Subtract them. And when you subtract them, y'all got calculators? Somebody tell me what it's going to give me. Where's my textures at, the fast people? You got a calculator?
I did distributive.
You did distribute them? You could do it that way. What'd you get?
2.125.
2.125. Now, that's everything inside the parentheses. What do we still have to do? Multiply by what? Negative 16. Good. Alright, and if you multiply by negative 16, 2.125 times negative 16, what's that going to give you? You would not believe the number of people that I have that miss this problem because they don't put negative in the answer. Because it's not multiple choice, and you have to type the answer in the blank, and they just type in regular 34. Okay, so make sure you type in negative and then 34. Are we good on that one?
Yep.
All right, skip down really quick for me to number 14. Look at number 14 and tell me, what do you see about the parentheses that is different from number 11?
When it has a time symbol.
It has a times sign. Now, if there is a times sign right there, you cannot do the distributive property. Okay, it will give you the wrong answer.
Whoops.
If you try to do, I know, that's what I'm showing you. Because it looks very, very similar to that one. What's the difference?
It's multiplication.
This one has a
Subtraction.
add or subtract sign right there. If it has an add or subtract sign, you could do the distributive property. But down here on number 14, what does it have in between those two numbers? You cannot do the distributive property. It will give you the wrong answer.
Yeah, because I got A with distributive
Alright, so you did do the distributive property?
and got A.
Alright, let's see what the answer is. Alright, so that means we've got to do the order of operations. How do we do the order of operations?
I'll work it somewhere else just in case.
Parentheses first. Alright, so let's change them. What is negative 3/4?
0.75.
Negative 0.75. I need to see everybody writing. What is 4/9? 0.4 repeating. Now that means it's going to be ugly, and that's okay. So put in your calculator, make sure you fill the entire screen up with 4s.
Hold on.
And what did that give you inside the parentheses?
Negative 0.6 repeat.
No, it didn't. When you did the parentheses, it gave you 0.3 repeating. And then what do we still have left to do? Are you writing these down? What do we still have left to do? Multiply times 2. And our final answer is what?
0.6 repeat. Negative.
Hold on.
Negative 0.6 repeating.
Can I catch up real quick?
Yeah, you can. Say it again. There is a repeating sign over the 3. Thank you. I forgot to put that on there after I fixed it. Now, which one of these fractions, if you have it memorized, is negative 0.6 repeating?
B.
It is B. If you did not have it memorized, you would need to change and divide those answer choices and match it up. But it is B. Are we good?
Distribute. You
So
get-
why can we not do the distributive property on this one?
It would give you the wrong answer.
But why does it give you the wrong answer? Because of that multiply sign. That makes it not be able to do the rainbows.
Yeah, because I got A with distributive.
Good deal. All right, look at number 13. It says Kenneth is trying to keep up with the amount of money he has in his savings account. He uses positive numbers to show deposits. That means you're putting money in the bank. He uses negative numbers to show withdrawals. That means you're taking the money out of the bank to spend. Which expression best represents Kenneth making 12 withdrawals of $10? How many times is Ken going to the bank?
12 times.
Yeah, alright, so underline that. He goes to the bank 12 times. Each time he goes to the bank, what's he doing? Withdrawal means what?
Pick up.
He's taking it out. What's he doing with it if he's taking it out?
Negative.
He's gonna spend it, right?
Yeah.
And if you spend the money, does it add to your account or does it take away from your
Take
account?
away.
It goes away, it's negative. Alright, so which one of those answer choices shows going to the bank 12 times
C.
and then you're taking out $10 every time you go? C is correct. What if it would have said he goes to the bank and makes 12 deposits?
He adds, which would be a D.
He makes 12 deposits. If it was deposits, what would it be?
D.
It would be D. Good. He's putting $10 in the bank
My dad
every
thought
time he goes to the bank, and he went 12 times.
my
Does
dad
that
thought
make
it
sense?
was D.
Did you tell him why it wasn't?
Yeah.
He goes to the bank 12 times, and he takes out $10 every time to spend. So that's C. If he was putting the money in the bank, that 10 would be positive, but it's still a multiply problem. Are we good?
Yep.
All right, last one. All right, number 12. Number 12 says, when Ethan woke up, the temperature was 12. I'm going to read this without the fractions because it makes it easier to me. When Ethan woke up, the temperature was 12 degrees. Throughout the day, the temperature rose at a rate of 2 degrees every hour. So what was the temperature when he woke up?
12.
And then every hour, how much is it going up? 2 degrees. What is the temperature after 4 hours? Now, if it's going up 2 degrees each hour, how much did it go up after 4 hours?
It'd be 12, so it's not 8, 20.
It goes up 8. How did you get that?
2 times.
2 times 4. So now let's go back and look at it with the fractions in there. What do we need to figure out first?
Put them in decimals.
What 5/8 is?
Now, before we even change them to decimals, what do we got to do? What do we got to figure out? We know what the starting temperature is. What do we got to figure out?
The hours. I mean,
How much the temperature did what?
the change.
How much it changed? Is it going up or is it going down?
Up.
It's going up. So we need to figure out how much the temperature rose. We said if it goes up 2 degrees every hour for 4 hours, that would be 8 degrees. Van Bibber said we multiply. So what are we going to do to 2 3/4 and 4 1/2?
Put it in decimal.
It went up 2 3/4 every hour. How many hours did it do that for?
4
So we're going to multiply them. What is 2 3/4?
It is 2.75.
2.75. What is 4 1/2?
4.5.
4.5. If you multiply those together, what does it give you?
25.
All right, now sometimes they'll pick that to be an answer choice. 12 3/8. And you'll pick it